Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our Generative AI and Healthcare event that will have a subject around enhancing patient care with Generative AI and intelligent robots. My name is Raluca Tătărușanu, and alongside my good friend and co-host, Claudiu Pândaru, we will be hosting you today throughout this journey in how healthcare will actually look like in the future.
Thanks a lot, Raluca, and I will take the opportunity to say hi to all of you that are present today in the room and to those that are watching us on our live stream on LinkedIn and other platforms. First of all, it's an honor to be on the same stage with you and to bring you something new in Romania. Two technologies, two companies that are trying to take technology even further into healthcare and bring a better care to the patients and tools in the hands of the doctors to improve their work.
Exactly. And this is what you will be seeing today, this patient journey that we have envisioned, the perfect healthcare, let's say, environment and industry, exactly how we, alongside with DRUID, Parol, and Microsoft, we have envisioned it over the years. And looking back into time, we saw that the healthcare industry actually evolved a lot, from herbal remedies to very state-of-the-art industry and surgeries. And now we are doing this infusion of AI and intelligence into this healthcare industry. I want to mention the fact that, for example, for DRUID, healthcare is one of the most important industries and verticals that we have, bringing one of the largest revenue within our revenue stream. Why is it like that? Because healthcare is the same everywhere around the world. So even if we have done implementations here in Romania, in Europe, or in US, the healthcare industry is exactly the same. Hospitals are looking exactly the same. And we take pride of the fact that we have started with implementations here in Romania, and then all the knowledge that we have gathered, we took it over the borders into other industries and other countries. I want to take the chance to welcome our CEO and founder on stage that will talk about the relationship between Microsoft, DRUID, and Parol, and what is our strategy for the future when it comes to the healthcare industry. So a round of applause for our CEO, Liviu Dragan.
Mulțumesc foarte mult.
English.
Și mă bucur că ați răspuns invitației. Am să vorbesc în engleză, dar măcar primele cuvinte, ținând cont că marea majoritate prezentă este de limbă română, fac acest mulțumesc mult pentru prezența voastră. It's true, I'm happy today because we have a very important partner for DRUID, and always was a very, very important. In all my life, all the products in which I have been involved was on Microsoft technology, almost everything. And DRUID is also the technology of DRUID, and all the architecture is based off Microsoft technology. And now we are working together. We are living now in the house of Microsoft, and in a couple of days, on 10th of June, we have another event in London. solution, a very interesting solution. So I would like to say about DRUID and healthcare. Maybe due to some origin of my involvement in the healthcare business, and many of you know that before we were with Charisma, I was very close to the healthcare, understanding the business. And I realized from the beginning when we launched our platform that it is a right vertical for us. And at that moment, I'm very honest with you, there's a major vertical in which we want to implement our solution is in healthcare. I give you an example. In US, the Presbyterian Hospital, which is the most popular hospital in New York, works with our solution. The largest hospital for children, Texas Children's Hospital or Methodist, are working with our solution. And there are many other clinics, dermatology, and I can't pronounce their name, and I apologize, but we have another 3 or 4 clinics. And it's exactly what Raluca said. I'm so happy seeing that the business in Medlife or Regina Maria or other companies in Romania is identically with the hospital as Presbyterian Hospital, because the business is very similar. And we have implemented with the same use cases which we had in Europe. For example, in Europe, maybe our major client is NHS in UK, which you understand that is very honored to work with NHS. So we are close to implement our solution in the healthcare, and I will try to do our best to convince you. I'm very committed to convince. I'm here exactly to convince in the healthcare business that makes sense you to invest in digitalization, because it's so important to see the benefits. And I'm not talking about how, of course, after generative was implemented, that was a fantastic help. I can say, and I would like to be very clear, I live a lot of, as I say, technological revolution on my life, even it was not so short, so long. But I can say that OpenAI is the most important revolutionary event in the technological part. It's absolutely unbelievable how changes are coming at that moment. And in the healthcare, it's a fantastic plus. I will give you just only one example regarding conversation history. I don't know if you can understand what a fantastic marketing tool is a conversation history. For example, all the discussion of the patient for different FAQ, for booking to a doctor and everything. Everything is saved in conversation history. And then, based on sorting by meaning, you find out exactly what is necessary to improve in your hospital, because you have exactly the feedback of the entire patient. You know how many transactions are, for example, to one of our clients in Romania? 5 million transactions. Can you imagine that everything is saved and all the correspondence? Do you know how much fantastic assets you get taking all the perception of the client, their needs, their questions? That is a fantastic plus to get and to say. The reason that then all the rest of the hospital is exactly the value of conversation history. So for today, I would like, because it's not so many people are exactly the number that we have expected, I would like so much to put any questions to my colleagues. You'll see that majority of my colleagues, excepting Claudiu, are Andrea, who is my founder, as well, Christina, and I know, and coming somebody from New York, my colleague from New York, who implemented initially in Regina Maria, now in Presbyterian Hospital and dermatology and so on. So, and she will connect with us, saying maybe some words. So, and I would like you to make any comments and to ask. Don't just listen, because it will be boring, I'm telling you. If you'll start to discuss, the time will pass with more sense. Thank you very much, and I would like to be an amazing day. Thank you.
Thank you, Liviu. And like everything in life, and exactly how Liviu was saying, everything is better done when done together. So I really want to take the occasion to actually invite Alina. She was one of our first, let's say, fan and our continuous supporter. So it is we're very happy to have you here as always.
Thank you very much. Welcome first, bine ați venit. Urmez exemplul lui Liviu să vorbesc un pic în română. Ne cerem scuze pentru micile defecțiuni tehnice. Nu toate țin de tehnologie Microsoft, mai țin și de facilitățile clădirii, însă ne vom revanșa pe parcurs. I will switch to English, so very happy to have you here today. I'm happy that we have such synergies between Parol and DRUID, and I will say something that Liviu was kind of minimizing. I think that Microsoft relies actually on the technology and innovation that partners like DRUID, like Parol, are bringing into the world. Because yes, we are having the platform, we have a lot of, I would say, innovation from our side as well. We are using a lot of R&D funds to make it even better every day. OpenAI, because I think everybody heard about OpenAI, is using Azure like a platform. What we are doing with Azure OpenAI, it's enhancing this for business. So I think that we really appreciate all the efforts that our partner ecosystem are delivering into the world, and actually the intimacy that they are creating with you. And when I say you, I don't know exactly which are the roles that are in the room presented today, but I think that some of you are in the technical area, some of you are maybe in sales. So I think that the innovation that OpenAI is bringing into the world right now, it's touching everybody's life. So I think that everybody heard about ChatGPT. I think that everybody, in a way, is using already the innovation. So what we can do further for the healthcare industry, and not only, I think that will actually disrupt our lives going forward, and will put a lot more intimacy between the medical support and the patients, because there were studies showing that 62% of the time that a doctor is spending in the day-by-day work, it's not actually with the patient and with the discussion, it's actually with the bureaucracy behind. And not only for the medical doctors, but also for the whole supply and for the whole power that is working behind the healthcare. And like Andrea was saying, hospitals are the same everywhere, regulations are the same everywhere. So I think that it's great that you take the time today to actually learn more about what is happening. I didn't present myself with acronyms and so on and so forth, but what I can say is that I'm actually connected with around 1,000 companies across Central Europe that are dealing with innovation. I would say that healthcare is actually the most challenging one, so we will need all your inputs, all your information, all your desires to be kind of known for us in partnership with DRUID, with Parol, and many others that are currently trying to get a better world for all of us, to enhance it with technology and make it happen. So I would like to say more, but I don't want to steal the time from my colleagues that are already having a lot of information to share with you. Very happy to have you here. We'll meet at the lunch break or afterwards, so happy to connect with you, and I wish you a great day today.
Thank you, Alina. Perfect. So we don't want to keep you waiting, because I think people actually came to see the technology, not hear us talk. Right, Claudio? I think we have a lot of things to say, but I think it's much more powerful when they actually see it.
Yeah, of course, and this is one of the reasons we always start by showing it. and after that discussing. So we expect a lot of questions from your side at the end of the presentation, but first of all, I would like to invite my colleagues. I think right now will be
Yes, Andrea and
time
Christina.
for Andrea and Christina.
Because we've talked about how the future in healthcare can look like. I think it's more important to actually see how it will look like and how a patient journey, an excellent and ideal patient journey, could look like. So a round of applause for the girls that will take you through the journey of a patient from the moment you actually check online your symptoms, because usually this is how it all starts, until you're actually getting home back from the hospital safe and sound. So, thank you, girls.
Thank you. Mulțumim frumos pentru că ați venit în număr atât de mare la evenimentul nostru. Ceea ce vrem să vă arătăm este ceea ce deja am implementat, deci nu este ceva preparat în laborator pe care îl experimentăm acum. I will switch to English. What we are showing today is exactly what we have in production, and some of the use cases we would literally connect to the websites, for instance in Regina Maria, to do symptom checker, and then we will be connecting to schedule appointment with a doctor, and you will see. I would not like to disclose the solution. I would not bore you with PowerPoints because we would like to show you exactly what we are going to present. Can you please switch to the slides? Okay, so what is important is that the technology we are proposing is a virtual assistant. It's a conversational interaction between any persona that interacts usually with the healthcare environment. And here we are not resuming only to the patients, we are also taking into account the doctors, the salespersons inside the clinic, or the technical personnel, or even persons that are supporting the entire health process. So it's not only about patient, it's about people working with people. So what our technology is optimizing is exactly as Alina said, the time the doctor or a nurse or a medical staff spends on saving lives rather than on filling in papers. I would allow Christina to present you the patient's journey and then give you some facts from our implementations to our customers, and then moving on to the demo side.
Thank you, Andrea. Vorbeam cu Raluca de dimineață și îmi zicea că vrea și ea să vadă, domne, cum arată journey-ul ăsta perfect al unui pacient, și ziceam că cel mai bine ar fi să nu fie nevoie să-l vadă, să n-ajungă la medic. But still, if you have to do this patient journey, we will show you today how we managed to merge the three technologies, Microsoft, DRUID, and Parol. And you'll see a patient that at some point is facing some issues, some pain, and it starts a first conversation with the bot that will help the patient to do the triage. So you will see the symptom checker recommending him a first set of recommendation, but also to see a doctor. Then he will have the bot by his side in order to do all kind of things during the process, from scheduling an appointment, generating a contract, and so on. But also, you will see how the bot can help the patient also like a condition follow-up, yeah? And I will stop here because you will see more in the demo. And I will invite you, Andrea, to play the role of the patient first. Yeah? Let me help you a bit. I don't know if you see, yeah, you see it.
Good. So this is AI at work when it comes to identifying based on a real-time generation of set of questions. It uses my answers in order to go to the next question as if I'm talking with a doctor for a pre-diagnosis. What is important to highlight is that the technology is not a doctor. So the technology will just point you to a specialist, will not give you the final diagnosis. So it's not here to replace any of the medical stuff. It's just helping, and it helped our customer to generate more revenue, more appointments, more patients reaching out to the specialist. So it's in English, okay?
Yeah.
So this is the part where I have to give all the consents. What I want to mention, because Liviu said about his conversation history data, about the entire patient journey being logged and being registered, this doesn't mean that our technology takes any confidential data, any personal information and stores it in somewhere in a cloud. No, all the data is in your infrastructure, in your system, so you have access to all this information about the patient, about the diagnosis or pre-diagnosis that have been given by the AI, including the interactions that doctors are having with the patient inside their cabinet. Okay, so I will do the symptom checker for myself. I will input my age. And then I have a set of questions that will need to be responded about cholesterol, injuries, if I smoke cigarettes, if I have allergies in my history, if I'm pregnant, hope I'm not overweight, if I have hypertension, and then go to the next step. Good. I need to, I have some cluster nose, I had some breathing issues over the last period of time, so I would choose part of my face that has problems, so part of my body that suffers from these symptoms. And based on my position of the symptoms, it will generate a new set of questions dedicated to the ENT area, so orele.
Maybe it's easier to close
Yeah,
this one and write
and
here.
close here. Okay, so I will choose here nose. Bleeding nose, blocked nose. Okay. These are some possible symptoms. Blocked nose lasting more than 3 months. Okay, and I think this is it. I will go to the next stage where it will ask me whether the symptoms are making me unavailable for work, or what are the next steps that I'm planning to do. I say I'm planning to see a doctor. And then again we'll confirm based on the symptoms I have selected other additional conditions that might have and I might have missed in order for it to be able to diagnose my problem. Mouth breathing, nasal voice, I feel some face pain, inability to smell properly, or clearing the throat. Okay, I will go to the next stage. And I will choose the area. Also, geography is important because some conditions might be influenced by my traveling to other countries and some possible viruses that are present there. Is your nosebleed impossible to control, getting worse? I would say no. On both sides of the face. Do you have pain or pressure in your sinuses? I will say yes.
Now, each question from the interview will be personalized based on the condition and the symptoms that Andrea mentioned.
mentioned.
So you'll have to be accurate because
yes. What is the course of the facial? I need to finalize it because the entire patient journey afterwards will be based on this diagnosis. What is the course of the facial pain? It usually lasts a few seconds or minutes and occurs several times a day. Yes. Is it constant without painless period? No. And we are almost there. Voice is hoarse or raspy, unable to produce sounds, in the lower half of the face, rapid and concerning worsening of speaking skills. And also, as you can see, every time I have why am I being asked. So if I'm not sure what is the purpose of me being asked on this, it will give me an explanation based on the purpose of that question. Has the hoarse or raspy voice lasted more than 2 weeks? I would say here, no. Do you have bad breath? No. I don't have a cough. Does your ear hurt? No, so I don't have otitis. Has the face pain lasted more than 2 hours? And do you have a sore throat? Is your throat swollen? No. And then after finalizing, it will, as you can see, it recommends me to see an ENT doctor. These are some possible results. As you can see, it's not giving me the final result. It's just pointing out, based on the evidences I produced, pointing out some possible diagnoses that I might have, and also gives me the full report if I want to have it with me when I'm seeing a doctor. However, because this is an end-to-end journey, the doctor also has access to the patient's report after the interview. So when opening the patient file, medical record, the doctor will see everything that I have asked for.
Now we will continue the journey as a patient, and since Andrea knows that she has to see a specialist in order to see what will be the next step for her, she will also use the virtual assistant to do this appointment to the doctor, yeah?
Okay, so here I don't see the medical appointment button. The appointment button.
Let me help you a bit. Okay. It doesn't matter, you can open the Regina. You know, this is the beauty of a live demo. So it happens.
Okay. So now I will talk to Maria, the virtual assistant. And after again giving my consent, also you will see that we have analytics on the back of the platform. So the patient journey, we will be analyzing, not considering the answer, but also the actions that were taken in order to improve the conversation flow. So for instance, with the Regina Maria, we saw that a lot of patients were dropping the symptom checking flow because it was too long initially on the GDPR part. So we had to shorten the conversation. Now, if I want to book an appointment for a medical investigation, it will automatically ask me to log into my account, or if I want to have it, I can also create an online account. What I wanted to point out in here is important because basically, if I want to create an online account, you will already start being considered as a new patient, and the sales team, for instance, in a private medical case, will have this process continue. And now, if I want, I can continue and booking an appointment with the ENT doctor.
Yeah. Okay. So we saw the first phase of the project. Yeah. Andrea got the first diagnosis, but now she will have to see a specialist in order to confirm the symptoms. I will invite now also our colleague Claudio, which will play the role of a doctor. Andrea will be the patient now, and she will go into the cabinet in order to see exactly what is wrong with her and what she should be doing in order to get better.
I can already tell you that there's nothing wrong with Andrea. Actually, it is great that we have the opportunity to showcase you how Parol is working. Basically, what we are doing and doing already for doctors, for example, some of my colleagues are already onboarding doctors from Regina Maria over the street in the building next to us, and in Cluj, in Timișoara. We already deployed in Spain, also in one of the major network of clinics there. And what we are doing is helping doctors write the medical report, gaining time, and the patient are gaining a lot of more information, but it's not an AI, it's not a system as DRUID also is. We are not trying to replace doctors. We are just trying to help clinics, help doctors in order to do their job better and faster. So that being said,
Yeah. So Claudio is coming in the morning in the cabinet. He can have access to this list of patients. Right now, you will see on the screen a dedicated workspace for a doctor. Yeah. Here is the list of patients that he will see today. Only 2 patients, Claudio. Okay.
yeah.
Could have been better.
Usually I have 22.
Okay. So he always will have by his side the virtual assistant. Once he invited Andrea in the room, he can start the consultation.
Just before starting, as you can see, this is DRUID from the back office. So the doctors have this access to the medical records, including, as you can see, medical history, other notes that the doctor may take. It's integrated in real time with all the systems from the company. You will see here also the test results. If there has been a report downloaded from the symptom checker part, you will see also the pre-diagnosis that the symptom checker has already given. And when I'm inside, I'm facing the doctor, we can simply start the consultation without the doctor being focused in filling in tedious medical reports and being multi-threaded in filling in data and talking with the patients. Imagine if you are in a pediatric environment where children are screaming, parents are fighting against each other, and the doctor is very difficult to focus on the discussion with the patient.
Yeah, and also very important to take into consideration is that what we've done at Parol is fine-tune the system to work with over 100 medical report types. So from cardiology to neurology and so on, because it's very important that the output is exactly that the doctor and the system needs.
Okay, let's see how it works, yeah?
We will try this. Keep in mind that this is working in real time, so what the doctor will see in this bubble, round bubble, is just the first proposition that the system understands. Is not the final result, it's just for the doctor to be sure that the system is working. And for us right now, because we'll have to see if with the connection is working, or we have to take off the cable and show the final result at the end. Okay. Let's try it, yeah.
Okay, you ready, guys?
Yeah.
Hello, nice to see you. What's the reason for you being here in my cabinet?
Yeah, so I had to come out of an emergency because I had some bleeding nose, and it happened this morning. So I phoned in the contact center. I chatted with the virtual assistant, and he pointed me out to you today.
So your nose bleeded?
Yes.
A lot? When it started? What hour?
At 6 a.m.
Okay.
It lasts like 5 minutes.
Just out of the blue?
Yes.
No reason?
Yes,
you didn't stumble or hit your nose or something
No,
like this?
I was waking up, I took a bath.
Okay.
I don't have to go into details on that. And then I was doing makeup, and when I was putting lipsticks, I saw that it was starting dripping.
Oh, so in the morning,
Yes.
just when you're
Yes.
preparing yourself to go to the office, I
Exactly.
presume. Is the first time this
Yes.
is happening?
Yes,
Never
otherwise I would have
experience.
come earlier, yeah.
Okay. Some other symptoms, I don't know, do you have a headache or something like this?
I have headaches, but I don't know if they are connected. I checked on Google, by the way, and Google said that I will not have any problem if I have only headaches.
I won't
Yeah, I know.
recommend you to search on Google. You
Also
know,
on
this is not-
ChatGPT, by the way.
Okay, this is not the
Yeah.
best way. I'm very happy that you came today to see me. So other symptoms rather than this nose bleeding?
Yes, for almost 3 months I have cluttered nostrils. I cannot breathe properly.
Okay.
I might snore. I need to ask my partner. I don't snore usually, but
he won't tell you. Believe me.
trust me, he did a recording on his phone, and
Okay,
I heard.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So he has evidence that
Yes.
that this is happening. It's good to know anyway. So 3 months ago,
Yes.
you're saying that
Yes.
3 months ago, and someone from your family, I don't know, had any type of similar issues?
No, not that I know
So
of. Yeah.
You don't know any
No,
relatives
no.
that any type of allergies?
Actually, I thought it was allergies. Again, I asked ChatGPT, and he pointed out to an allergology clinic. I did some tests, and they all came up negative.
Okay, so eventually you really did some
Yes,
allergy
yes,
tests.
yes, for flour, pollen, and other food, but it was not working.
Any type of allergies on some drugs, medicines, or something like
Wait
this?
a second, someone called me.
Okay.
Hello, sorry, I'm with the doctor. I cannot talk to you right now. Sorry for that.
No, it's okay. Let's go further. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
any type of allergies, some medication or something like this?
I didn't take any medicine.
Okay, okay. In I don't know, last couple of weeks, did you notice feeling more nervous than usual?
No, as far as I know, but if you
Okay.
ask my colleagues, maybe.
Are you passing through a stressful period
Yes.
at your job?
Yes, a bit stressful.
What do you do?
I'm a developer.
You're a developer.
Yes.
So, but not something out of the
What do you
ordinary.
mean?
I don't know. A lot more higher stress level than usual.
Being a developer is stressful.
Okay.
Especially at the end of a sprint or when you need to do a release in production, it's stressful,
So
but it's
working
not
with clients
abnormal.
can be stressful.
Sometimes,
Perhaps
yes.
you can talk with the clients to be more
I'm a
understanding.
developer. I'm not talking with the customer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Talk to your colleagues that talk with the clients
Okay, I
to
will.
look for your health also.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so something else I want to ask you. Do you smoke?
Sometimes, occasionally,
Okay, let's describe this.
once a year.
Once a year. Oh,
Yeah.
You're not a smoker.
No.
So that's good. Yeah. Okay. So let's start by give you some recommendation, because from my point of view, at the first glance, it seems that your sinuses are inflamed. I've checked them, and your septum may be a little bit deviated.
Okay.
We have to measure it, and I will recommend you a CT scan in order to find out how hard it is this deviated septum. In the same time, I will prescribe you some medication to reduce the inflammation in the nasal tissue and ease your breathing, because I can see that you have difficulties breathing, and on long term you should also consider doing septoplasty surgery.
Pardon?
So, septoplasty surgery.
Is it something like
It's a minor
beauty surgery?
No, it's not. It's a minor
Okay.
intervention that will help ease these symptoms that you have.
So it's not aesthetic, no?
It's not aesthetic.
Okay.
This is something else. So,
Okay.
and just one thing, I will recommend you to try to quit smoking
Okay.
at all, and in the same time to go and make a blood analysis. Do you often?
No, I'm very healthy. I do jogging daily, so
You know, prevention means that you should suppose to do a blood test once a year.
okay.
So I will recommend you to do that too.
Good.
Yeah, I will see you in a couple of weeks with the results for the blood tests, the CT scan, and decide if the surgical intervention is necessary. Are you okay with this?
Yes,
Yeah?
perfect. Thank you.
Super. Thanks.
Okay, guys, before we move on, I should tell you that if journalism or IT doesn't work for you anymore, you should consider doing comedy movies or something like that, because it was delicious. You saw an oversharing patient here, talking also a lot about something else than medical stuff. So we will want, thank you, Claudio. We will want to see now what the Parol application managed to extract from the whole conversation, right?
The thing is that we have clients and doctors, users that are overwhelming. The reactions are overwhelming. A doctor from Cluj, for example, when he saw the medical report that resulted, and he was a neurosurgeon, just jumped and actually hugged me, you know, because usually he spends like half an hour after seeing a patient to write down very complex medical reports. So the medical report that resulted after a 1 hour consultation was just for him impressing. It means a lot to him to be able to put at the end of the consultation a very complex medical report in the hands of the patient. Let's see.
So the CT scan, also you saw that my phone was ringing, so it was staged.
And
I didn't take it.
septoplasty.
I was also looking for this one.
Because he understands, of course, the context of the conversation. This is what he's doing. It's not a transcript. He understands who the doctor is, who the patient is, and writing down the medical report in the format that the doctor wants. This is just an example. This is a general medicine type of report. It's not something that doctors are using. We are, as I told you at the beginning, fine-tune it for over 100 specialties. Please, Livy.
What is important is not only, I think everybody here, I think that it's not only a support for the, it's not only a support for the doctor, instead to this report to be written, instead of him to be written like maybe 90%, and then you can update it if you would like. But 90% or 80%, I do not know, is done. And this is very important, because this is a work which the doctor, it's not a pleasure to write all the reports which could be written by assistants. And what is important is a second step. Take into consideration that all these reports will take it on our platform or DRUID platform, and we are doing knowledge base. And that means if a CEO wants to know exactly how many treatment, how many sent to the surgery, to the hospital, or different others information, we can find out immediately for all the doctor's reports. And this is a fantastic help. This is what we are doing on the Presbyterian Hospital, because there it was necessary a manager to take a look or to find out, a managing director, some information. And so that means that all the reports of doctor reports, you can use our OpenAI, our generative features, and then to find out any information from there, even from 1 month before. And this is a plus. It's a fantastic plus.
Also, during a surgery, for instance, the surgeon has to document all the steps that they are taking. If you connect this to Parol, it will automatically extract the information, update in real time the medical patient record file using DRUID platform and its connection to the core medical application that you're using. And we had cases in which the surgeon documented each step and then used it for the residents that he was training in order to have like training materials for the newcomers.
At the end of the day, it's about time. Gaining time, but delivering to the patient a better outcome. More time spent with the patient for the doctor. A better medical report. Let's be honest. After 8 or 9 hours per day working in a hospital, seeing hundreds of patients per month, every doctor is getting tired, you know?
And it's not an alienation process, because up to the end the doctor takes a look and he can update with or to add something, but it's done in a big percentage, and that is very important.
You are absolutely right. One of the first conclusions we've had implementing Parol in clinics around Europe, so around different type of medical systems, is a very simple one. Good doctors have good medical reports. Because Parol is, and in this combination with DRUID on Microsoft platform, is doing like this. It's not replacing the doctor. It's helping a good doctor, a doctor that is talking to the patient, to generate an entire flow inside the clinic. And of course, helping managers to be able to see, to be able to go on that flow and see what improvements can be done for the doctors, for the patients, for the business at the end of the day.
Yes, and we are going to propose to all of you who are present here to do POC for all of you to test it, because the most important you to have a test. We are not going to propose to you to acquire, but to have a POC which will be done by us in such combination, also with generative AI on the financial, on the doctor's reports generated by our collaboration, and I think we can test it and you see if it makes sense or not. In general, a good POC gives a confidence to you, and you'll see that all the doctors will be happy. So that is already tested in a POC on Presbyterian, and I'm telling you that I did not have any emotion that it will be some claims. No, it's fine, it works. And that's the reason that the most important you to get to have a POC, to see how it's working, and then to take a decision. That is our proposal. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Livio. So, thanks, doctor, thanks, patient.
Thank you.
You stay here, patient. So, at the end of the... Nu?
Mie?
Și era și puțin nervoasă în ultimul timp. Yes, please.
No.
Speech to text engine, is it yours, developed
Is it ours? It's proprietary. Part of the AI, it's an AI orchestra behind it, and the large majority of AI models are proprietary, trained by us with our resources.
Have you considered integration with other speech-to-text engines, like, for example, Nuance or Vatis?
We are better than Vatis on healthcare.
Okay, but for other areas, I don't know, banking or some other customer relationship.
Now we are presenting just for healthcare.
I know. Just curious.
Let's talk after.
Let's say because it's necessary a lot of business knowledge to be attached. And that doesn't mean that theoretically cannot work. But Parol, it's connected to the healthcare. And definitely we can divagate to different, but it's for healthcare. Nuance, it's a very good product. It's maybe one of the best products in the world.
And it's
And the investments they are doing there. But Claudio answered to you very well. Regarding healthcare, I do not know exactly how he's doing Nuance, but I didn't hear up to now. That means that, I don't know.
Thank you very much.
We have another question here. I'll give you the mic so that we can, people in online can actually hear you as well.
Yes, thank you. So after the demo, congrats first of all. Understand there are two main benefits of the app. So time saving for the doctors and patients, and secondly, higher quality of the medical reports. And I was curious if you have some insights in terms of what was the time saving for the doctors, and then secondly, how do you measure and what was the difference in terms of quality of the medical reports before and after?
For the first answer, for the first question, the answer is like this. On average, it takes 5 minutes to write down a medical report after a consultation of 20 minutes. What we are saving right now is like 3 minutes from those 5 minutes, which you can, of course, multiply and find out that is a lot of time at the end of the day, at the end of the month, over a 1 year period. Yeah.
Because you know that the doctor are not so happy immediately.
Yeah.
Right? And this is a problem of the quality of life of doctors.
Of course.
It's not only time, because you know time up to the end depends how busy is a doctor. But it's a problem of the quality of life you assure to the doctor. That is a major, let's say, advantage in a quality of life.
On the second question, because it's very important, it's very hard to measure the quality of a medical report. But one of them, and we have a lot of KPI which we are measuring in front of our clients. One of the most important is the Net Promoter Score, which is, you know, it's a very objective KPI that's coming from the doctors regarding the final results of the medical report. And for example, with one of our largest clients, right now, with the largest usage base, we have a 7.8 Net Promoter Score from 1 to 10, which is unbelievably great.
Yes, we have another question there. Can we give the mic, please?
I will come next to you and sit like friends.
Hello, Claudio. So concretely, I would like to understand a bit of the workflow once you are in the cabinet with the doctor and the patient. It means that the doctor has to start its own phone?
No, he will go into the medical record of the patient where we have a virtual assistant.
So it works as a web chat on the laptop?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically from the virtual assistant, the doctor will instruct to start the Parol application. Parol will listen in the background, will save will send us the medical details extracted, and also the PDF with the medical report.
And you can see on the screen an example on how the
Sure,
information
that's
is.
very clear.
And for instance, because we were talking about the quality of the extraction, in here I didn't say anything about dizziness. So the doctor can easily go inside, for instance, DRUID platform and change some part that was not properly extracted and then save it, and automatically this gets updated inside the system. That's why Parol plus DRUID have created this partnership.
Thank you.
Okay, one question. Not all the patients are new patients. So
Correct.
what happens with the background, the historical background
Yeah.
of the patient, of the chronic ones? Because the doctor is not going to start all over again.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
How do you merge it?
Exactly, that's what we said. So basically, DRUID platform has this role to act as one single point of truth, considering data from multiple applications. So the doctor doesn't need to go into a electronic medical record system, to go in COE and other systems to check for different prescriptions that the doctor, the patient took. Basically, by simply, and I'm gonna switch now from one of the pillars that DRUID is unique of, is the conversational business application bit, where basically we integrate with all this system, and the doctor, besides the virtual assistant, which you see here, it's all the time available, has also a medical history record. He can see the visits, past visits, historical treatment information, other notes that were taken in the past. So everything, 360 patients record, is available inside DRUID. And for instance, we are working with the RS and Monza, and we have designed an entire CRM system from scratch using DRUID capabilities, answering not only to the, exactly as you said, historical patient record, but also to more than that, to having different personas integrating with this application based on their role inside the company, from call center managers, doctors, medical representatives, the ones that are calling you to sign a contract, so consultants, call center managers to generate different reports, management, exactly as Livio said, having like an aggregated view on what happens inside the clinic, treatment that was prescribed, what types of medicines, what are the most, the top diagnoses within the period, how should I do the shifts on the doctors. Maybe in the flu seasons I have to have more ENT doctors in the clinic than, I don't know, people that are treating allergies. In the cold season you don't have allergies, but you have more pressure on the ENT staff, so you need to put more nurses on there, and so on. So different type of analytics are available inside DRUID platform, and you can generate these customized reports on any type of persona, from sales opportunities to doctors that see everything related to the patients, other doctors' patients. Maybe I was sent to a doctor from another specialist, like I saw an ENT doctor, but I was sent to the allergologist because I had an allergy, so it was not an ORL problem. Then everybody sees the same information, aggregated, no searching, no having system blockages and waiting for the COE system to load information and so on.
You say the same information. I would add here the fact that based on the role you will have access to a specific set of information. So
Exactly.
if I'm a doctor, I don't know, cardiology doctor, I will see the information regarding my patients. But if I am a nurse, yeah, I'll see a different set of information. So this segregation of role can be set up in the platform, and based on that, you'll see exactly the information that you need to see.
And can be done conversationally. Yeah. For instance, when you are visiting after surgery, a nurse or a doctor goes to the tour, the visit tour, they simply don't have to put their pen on paper. They simply can chat with the virtual assistant on voice or text, and automatically the medical record gets updated and you see everything on that patient's 360 view.
Yeah, I think we have, yeah.
Nu încă o întrebare, ci 3 întrebări și trec pe română pentru că bănuiesc că vreți să vindeți în România aceste softuri, nu în altă parte. Există și varianta în română, prima întrebare.
Da.
Și nu știu, merge la fel de bine ca și în engleză.
Chiar, adică Regina Maria a început în română, la fel și Medlife și Sanador și restul. Le-am tradus după aceea.
A doua întrebare, cum rezolvați problema GDPR-ului în condiția în care pacientul nu vrea să fie înregistrat?
Avem consentul pacientului.
Și dacă nu vrea?
Dacă nu vrea, atunci nu se folosește.
Dacă îmi permiți. Pentru că e foarte important. Nu este un tool care înregistrează. Doar ascultă. Asta e extrem de important. Apoi. Deci nu e un instrument care înregistrează, doar ascultă, nu păstrează. Apoi, cu Regina Maria, pentru că aici problemele de GDPR sunt în special legate, chiar și pe această integrare pe care o propunem, în zona de care se ocupă Parol. Da? Ascultarea conversației dintre medic și pacient. Bun. Noi am construit o întreagă infrastructură legală care acoperă și este compliant de la un capăt la altul, cu toate cerințele, ba chiar mai mult decât atât, că activăm și pe o piață internațională. În România, în unele zone, reglementările sunt mai scăzute decât în altele. Da. Le-am dus mai sus. Tocmai pentru că ținem la clienții noștri și la partenerii noștri. Pe urmă, vă repet, e un instrument. Așa este, pacientul poate refuza, în primul rând pacientul își dă acordul pentru prelucrarea datelor cu caracter personal când contactează un serviciu în orice clinică medicală. Absolut. În momentul în care intră în cabinetul medicului, la fel cum poate spune nu atunci când medicul îi spune haideți să-ți fac o endoscopie, și ce face medicul? Nu-l forțează, nu îi face. La fel și cu Parol. Nu folosește Parol și o face în scris. Nu am avut până acum nici măcar un pacient care să fi refuzat folosirea Parol de către medic într-o clinică.
Ca să răspund, Robert, la întrebarea ta cu vis-a-vis limba română sau engleză, noi am verificat în limba română, într-adevăr, nu e nicio... Mi-e greu să spun dacă merge mai bine în engleză, dar merge foarte bine în română, deci nu e dubiu. Acum că merge și în engleză, noi l-am, așa cum am spus, la Presbyterian, îl folosim și aici și nu există o problemă de limbă. Însă rămâne și la ideea pe care am spus-o că it's extremely important after this report is done to add all of them and to do a knowledge base, and this is a fantastic
also
way to find out the details and it not be necessary to ask somebody or to take a look on the doctor's reports. It's a digitalization process very clear done. Noi ne cerem scuze că mai vorbim, dar sunt transmis în Europa.
Liviu, if I may, that's a great opportunity for clinics and for key decision makers in clinics to access this huge knowledge base. Practically, what this type of integration is doing is linking a cable to the heart of the medical flow in your clinics. And what you can do is leverage those huge amounts of data that you will have access to through what Liviu describes. I've seen that process, the power of querying the knowledge base that Liviu is describing. It's impressive.
For example, we have a client in UK, in London. It's a clinic just only on online service, health care services. That means just only by a call you are talking, saying what you are doing, and then he maybe gave some advices. I don't know exactly how it is. But all this kind of, and then the doctor writes his report about the specific patient. And it was very frustrated for different levels of management to know exactly the results of all discussions. And now they are so happy using generative AI on all these medical reports done by the doctors, especially when it's online, where it's extremely important what he is writing after. And it's a fantastic advantage and the benefits of generative AI.
And also to add on the security of data, we are HIPAA validated.
Yes, we are HIPAA validated.
We have integrations for hospitals in US, and you cannot be approved to install in a hospital without being HIPAA compliant.
Și a treia întrebare era cum vă integrați cu alte softuri.
Noi sau...
Lasă să răspund eu aici. Cum ne integrăm cu alte softuri? Păi da, dar eu vorbesc mai bine din spate. Da, în sfârșit. Aici am un răspuns generic, Robert. Adică noi ne-am integrat cu cam toate sistemele, pentru că ne integrăm printr-o tehnologie extrem de simplă, adică nu este necesar că dacă schimbă proprietarul softului care îl aveți, se întâmplă ceva. Nu se întâmplă nimic. Toată tehnologia noastră e bazată pe API și care se face într-un mod foarte simplu. Deci noi le putem face practic fără suportul vostru, decât cu foarte puțin, și nu am avut, și vă mărturisesc cu toată sinceritate, nu am avut nicio problemă de integrare la niciunul din sisteme, fie că era în Londra, fie că erau în România sau în America. Deci din punctul ăsta de vedere mi-au commitmentul că nu există a technical issue regarding integration. Nu e complicat.
Același răspuns și la noi, deja suntem
Nu, dar nu e complicat, adică au fost lucruri complicate, îl văd pe Cosmin sau l-am văzut. Au fost anumite lucruri complicate când clientul are vreo 10 aplicații, dar nu mă refer la Regina Maria, vreo 10 aplicații și probabil, dar în rest, dar asta e o chestiune de manoperă. It's not a technical issue. În câte sisteme sunt datele și din care colectăm. Dar noi le putem colecta din orice fel de sistem, inclusiv Word, Excel, Information System, CRM, and so.
Ca să răspund la întrebare, pentru că răspunsul e foarte similar cu cel dat de Liviu, același lucru, o integrare low level la nivel de API. Noi și mai mult de atât ducem date, nu tragem date. Noi ducem date, nu tragem date.
PDF-urile are PDF-ul, el are niște date care intră în baza de date. Ele se duc în baza mea de date din PDF-ul vostru.
Se duc, da, sigur, se duc mai mult decât atât, pentru că și separat, dar și integrat, ele se duc sub formă de cod foarte ușor de înțeles prin API de către sistemele voastre.
Deci, întrebarea lui e foarte bună, care nu m-am gândit că trebuia să o spunem noi, fără să mai fie o întrebare. Tot ce se generează va fi integrat în information system pe care îl aveți. Deci nu rămâne ca un PDF ca să stai după aia să-l introduci. Se integrează complet în sistemul pe care îl aveți. Fie că e ce aveți voi, Softec, Carisma și așa mai departe. Deci lucrul ăsta se întâmplă și este obligatoriu să se întâmple. Îl aveți acolo.
Deci toate datele extrase, exact ce am discutat, ceea ce v-am arătat noi, nu erau din sistemele noastre. Noi nu am stocat nimic. Era din sistemele din spate, încărcate în real time. Adică e doar o interfață. Și ceea ce pun, păi e același lucru, e bidirecțional. Și după aceea am editat și am salvat. Asta înseamnă că pot să și trimit.
Nu neapărat,
Nu,
uite, dacă
uite.
vă uitați
Da,
pe
da, am
ecran.
înțeles, ok,
Da, da, da.
aici este
Ok.
pus la alergie și ea este deja dată probabil pe
Uite.
Andreea,
Sigur,
just-
form...
Save.
Andreea, aș vrea să pun o întrebare, că nu înțeleg. După aia o să arăt și partea de some use cases cu booking-ul și cu
Da.
asta. Da? Atunci am să intervin la momentul ăla. Pentru că...
Da, acum o să arătăm. Uite, și aici am salvat, da? Am meditat și am apăsat save și s-a dus
De-aia
în
vă
sistemul
spun,
din spate.
cel mai important lucru, că nu o să putem intra în toate detaliile, e să realizăm un POC pe care să vă jucați cu el în integralitatea lui. Adică când spun POC nu este un mock-up sau un toy, este parte într-un proces de funcționare cu integrare, să vă jucați cu el să vedeți cum funcționează. Și să vedeți reacția doctorilor, să vedeți reacția managementului care să poată să aibă acces prin knowledge la o grămadă de informații. Și o să vă spun după ce Andreea vă va prezenta un use case de spital sau de clinică, o să vă spun mai multe use case-uri care le-am făcut în diferite proiecte și o să vedeți că sunt foarte simpatice și, sau în orice caz, teoretic benefice. De-aia v-am spus, let's switch in English.
Yeah.
That's the reason that I'm, for us, healthcare vertical, it's, in my opinion, for me at least, is the most important vertical for DRUID.
Okay.
Ok. Let's...
So as you can see, we did in the patient journey, we had a slide to introduce the scenes, but
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter. It's better that we have
Yeah.
questions than have slides.
So basically, after the diagnosis was added by the doctor in my medical record and saved in the medical system, as Liviu said, be it Medis, be it CMS Charisma, any other systems in the world, the patient comes on the website and checks the price of the services, because I got some tests results that I need to take. So I will go, Cristina will go on the patient's, on the clinic site to check for the analysis result, and also using generative AI, we have read the content from different sources of data, PDF, informations that are available on the website, so that if patients, for instance, ask, if I need to take this specific blood test, should I eat before it? Or so besides the price of it, how should I prepare for a test? What secondary or adverse effects has a certain drug that I was prescribed? All this information can be asked by to the bot. We have, for instance, implemented this knowledge base related queries for World Heart Federation and European Respiratory Society. They are part of World Health Organization, and you can ask any type of question in any language, regardless of the initial language that was used for training. If you have a PDF in Romanian and you have an English or a German speaker patient, it automatically responds in the patient's language, regardless if your source was in Romanian.
Now let's come back to our journey, and I remember that the doctor recommended you some blood tests, but before doing that, I'd like to check first the prices. So I'm talking right now with the bot. Let's say, for instance, my doctor recommended me some blood tests, but I need to check the prices first. Automatically, I get a list of prices, yeah, and I can continue the process directly from here, from the virtual assistant.
And
I
you
will
see the tests that were recommended. So if I'm logged in, it will not give me generic pricing information. It will give me specific for the test that I'm supposed to take.
Yeah, I'm selecting the test, but at some point, because I'm just a simple patient, maybe I don't know what it means, right? So I can use the bot also for that. I see that the total cost will be 700 euros, but I just remember that I need to know what this allergy profile, for instance, will include. And let's try to see how it works. I'll say, oh wait, what does the allergy profile includes? I get my answer. Here is the list of allergens that will be covered in this allergy profile. And then I will continue the process from here. So this is the total amount, and the bot will ask me if I need help with the appointment also. Let's say yes, please. When will you be available for this appointment? I will say Friday should be fine. You see how easy it is for me to talk with the bot. Yeah, I just said this sentence, and he will be able to extract that I'm talking about Friday, 7th of June. Those will be the slots available for this date. Of course, in order to work like that, the bot will have to be connected with your system, yeah, the booking system that you are using. From there, he will retrieve the information.
Also, if you have a preferred doctor that you have visited, like you said about chronic patients, they usually tend to go to the same specialist, so automatically it will not propose others, it will propose the same specialist. And what I wanted to point out is the nature of the conversation, the flow. It's as if he was talking, chatting with an agent in the call center, but in the back it's AI, so it's not a human.
Yeah. So as a last step, he will collect also some information regarding to my email address, so I can get the results there, and also the bot will keep me updated during the process. But we will see now how we can use the bot also to check the results. Yeah, I showed you how it works when writing to the bot. Now I'll invite my colleague Andrea to call a number. We've connected this phone number with the same virtual assistant, and she should be able to get some information regarding the test results. Just allow me to call the bot.
Before calling, the virtual assistant with the same set of features can be available on a multitude of channels. Cristina mentioned voice, but it can also be available in WhatsApp. For instance, Cosmin here, we have created the virtual assistant for Regina Maria in WhatsApp. We can do it to onboard patients, to sign electronically birth contracts, for instance, or any surgery contracts. We do OCR on the ID documents of the patient, so you don't have to fill in manually all the patient consent document before a surgery. Also, we can make it available internally for the doctors, for the managers on channels like Microsoft Teams, to have like a single conversational interface. Again, no additional licenses are required from DRUID perspective. It's a matter of a setting, and the bot is available on voice, on text, in any channel.
I have a question. Yes, please.
You know, in Romania we have a lot of handwritten information.
No. No, what we OCR is for, we OCR a bit on the handwritten, but on the birth certificates. So again, with Regina Maria, we OCR the birth certificates.
No, I'm talking about recordation.
No. OCR, sometimes doctors write in such a way that not even the prescription can be read.
Okay, so let's call the bot to see if the test results are done.
I am Olivia, the chatbot, your digital assistant. Do you want to know the analysis results or to schedule a surgery?
I'd like to see my analysis results, please.
What is your name?
Andrea.
Yes, your scan results are complete. Would you like me to send you the document via email?
Yes, please.
I need to confirm your identity, so please tell me your email address.
My email address is andrea@druidai.com.
That's great. I will send them right now to your email address. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
You're welcome. I am glad I could help you.
Okay. And this is another way in which we can use the technology. Now, continuing with our user journey, it will be a second visit to the doctor, but I will not let you do the same because we will stay here till tomorrow. So I skip to the next step of the process. When the patient will be advised to actually do the surgery, the septoplasty surgery. So she will use again the bot to schedule this appointment. And we've integrated the bot with the same phone number. Oh, I was calling you this time, not the bot. You want to do it?
Olivia, the chatbot, your digital assistant. Do you want to know the analysis results or to schedule a surgery?
I just agreed with my doctor that I'll do surgery. Please help me to schedule a surgery.
I will help you book your online surgery. I checked in the system and I see that you had a consultation with Dr. John Doe. Do you want to schedule this surgery with him?
Yes, this is my doctor.
When would you like to schedule this surgery?
We said that we'll do it on Friday.
You're lucky. I found a slot available for June 7th, 2024. The surgery will start at 9 a.m., but keep in mind that you should be at the hospital 2 hours earlier. I will need some contact details for a relative to inform them after the surgery about your condition. Please tell me the name of the person.
The name of the person will be Claudio.
And the phone number of this person?
He has phone number 07321209.
Please tell me the personal number of this person. This will be the PIN code for the validation that is required.
The PIN code will be 3221.
Thank you. I saved all the data received from you. Your surgery is scheduled on June 7th, 2024 at 9 a.m. and Claudio Pandaru will be informed about your condition after the surgery at phone number. He has the phone number 07321209. In our system, your email address is christina.castillo@druidi.com. Is this still your current address?
Yeah, this is correct.
Great. Please verify your email address and view the draft contract for this surgery. Please tell me if I can help you with anything else.
No, that will be all. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am glad I could help you.
I'll have to do some debugging after that because I didn't remember the phone number. So part of the demo will be also the bot calling Claudio. So okay. So I just scheduled my surgery using the bot. He told me at the end of the conversation, if you remember, that he will send me the draft of the contract that I have to sign, of course, before going into the surgery.
And all other documents necessary for the surgery, anesthesis, acknowledgement, and other GDPR and personal consents that we need to do. Everything can be sent via email. Also, we have integrations with digital signatures, so it can be e-signed without you having to go and meet someone or scan manually after you print and sign the documents. Another thing is, what is important is the fact that, you know, the legislation in Romania, when you are hospitalized, you need to call a pertainer or a relative regarding the patient's state of health. We have already implemented in Sanador this use case where basically the patients get, the relatives get notified by SMS or by, in this case, we will be calling Claudio once there is a change in the electronic medical record. So once a nurse, for instance, updates saying that the patient's condition altered and was moved to ER, automatically the virtual assistant picks it up and sends a notification to the pertainer, the condition was changed and the patient was moved to ER. So the nurse or the doctor doesn't have to manually call the relative.
Yeah. So I have right here the email, I have the draft of the contract, I can take my time to read it, and once I am comfortable with that, I can continue the process again using the virtual assistant. So just by clicking here, I got this link in the email that I just received. So just clicking on that, automatically I'll be transferred to the bubble chat where I can continue the process of signing the contract. As a first step, I will upload an identity card. Andrea mentioned before the OCR part. Yeah. So the bot, you see right now the bot extracting the information from the picture. Once I confirm that everything is correct, he will go to the next phase of the process and will generate the document. It took me like 2 minutes to do the whole process. I can start it now and continue it later if I don't have the time. And also, we can integrate in the solution electronic signature. Yeah, the contract was generated. I will go now and sign it. This is the contract, the information that were extracted from the, let me close it, from the identity card, yeah? And I will apply the signature right here on the document. At the end of the process, of course, I will receive it via email, but in the same time, it will be saved in the medical system that the bot is connected with. Do you want to add something else?
No.
No?
If there are any questions.
Okay, I confirm that I signed the contract, and also we see here that the bot is trying to come with additional information to me because I just booked the surgery. He is mentioning the fact that I should also book this pre-anesthesia checkup. I can do it now or I can do it later. I will not do it right now because we already showed you how easy it is to do an appointment via the virtual assistant.
Question?
Yes,
if you can pass on the microphone. Thank you very much.
If there are multiple documents to be signed, does the system make a check of the documents and reminds you, please,
yes,
you didn't sign document X?
Yes, and sends alerts, notification by SMS or by calling. You will see now both proactively calling a patient or a patient relatives in this case. It's connected, as I mentioned, to the back office systems, and it's not only putting data or retrieving data, it can also initiate the conversation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Claudiu?
Fii pe fază. Let's move to the last stage of the process when our patient here will go into the surgery, the septoplasty surgery, and is he his husband, your husband now, yeah? He will be called by the bot to let him know about the patient condition, yeah, how the surgery is going.
If integrated with the telephony system, it will be automatically done. Now we initiated the phone call.
Hi, I am Olivia, the virtual assistant of Presbyterian Hospital. Are you available to talk for 2 minutes, please?
Yes, I am.
Patient Andrea had her surgery today and named you as her contact person. In order to provide you the information about her health condition, I will need your PIN code. This is your personal code number. So, please tell me the PIN code.
32211, I think.
Thank you. The PIN code is correct. The surgery was a success and the patient is in very good condition. She is currently being transferred to her room for recovery. You will be able to see her starting with 2 p.m. Do you want to know more information about her?
No, that's okay. I'm so disappointed.
Okay, sorry, but for the time being, I don't
It's perfect. I have all the relevant information. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am glad I could help you.
Thank you, Claudio.
I was trying not
I will keep that in mind, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Does Olivia give also bad news?
If you want to give bad news, yes. Otherwise, in case of a death, for instance, someone should call, not a robot.
Okay, this is very bad news.
The wife is coming back home. This
So,
is the
so,
bad
so
news
it depends
from-
because for Claudio, this was a bad news.
No, but in general, it's very important to avoid the stress which a relative have because they have to find out and to call permanently exactly the track of the patient, and that is.
And also the stress
and
of the
this
doctor.
is already implemented in one big hospital in Bucharest.
Yeah. This will be all on our site.
In fact,
we
it's
have
everybody to Sanador.
Yeah, we mentioned, yeah.
Good. So if there aren't any questions, do you have any final questions for the girls? They will still be here with us in the room, even in the break. But if there isn't any other question, we're waiting for you. We'll take a short break because I can imagine you're a bit in need of a coffee or a glass of water. And then we'll be waiting for you here in 15 minutes where we'll have a panel with Cosmin Panaite from Regina Maria and Dimitar Mitev from Zdraveto Hospital. It will be a very, very exciting panel. And we're waiting for you back. Yeah, 15 minutes.
Elena will be connected from US. And she will say exactly about the use case from Presbyterian Hospital because it's extremely interesting use case. That will take just a couple of minutes. Don't worry.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. We had a very short break. Now, the next part of the event, I think, is one of, besides the demos, I think it's one of the most exciting parts of the event, because we will actually hear customers talking about the product. So we talked, we said all the great and shiny things that we do with our technology, but nothing speaks louder than words and the words of our customers. So it gives me great pleasure to have these two gentlemen here with us. First, I want to introduce Cosmin Panaete. He's leading the digital team in Regina Maria, and he will give you, I hope, a lot of really good stories about how the journey of digitalization started with Regina Maria and DRUID, and what are the plans for the future. And also, I have Dimitar with us. He just came all from Sofia last evening, so he drove all the way here so that he can be here with us today and give us a bit more details on what we're doing in Traveto Hospital. So it's very interesting because we have two different approaches, two different types of businesses, and I really feel that there will be a very exciting discussion.
I will co-host this panel and ask questions about digitalization and also your openness, because you are representing a network of hospitals that have always been open to try new solutions, to go even further than the market, which is great because you are imposing a standard into Romanian and Bulgarian markets too.
We strive to be the most digital player in the healthcare market in Romania.
And actually, this is
one of our goals.
How I wanted to start, because I know this is the goal of Regina Maria, and actually they've been pioneering the way they actually do technology and how they mix technology with healthcare. We started our journey together, I think, a little over 6 years ago. They were our second customer because the first one was a bank. It took us a bit of time to convince Cosmin that we were the right technology for them. So fast forward 6 years, they have a lot of digitalization projects already live, but I really want Cosmin to tell you a bit more about the first chatbot, because sometimes the first one is the hardest to actually implement, because it's a new technology and it's everything about adoption, and it's not the top-down approach in which the CEO comes and says you have to use this technology, but it actually needs to be adopted by the people that are using. So I would like Cosmin for us to hear a bit more about Anna. Anna was the first manager's assistant. How you presented it to the organization, how the 150 managers are using it at this point, if the CEO is using it, because I know the question, and we're very, everyone is on their feet every time, and if Anna doesn't work, we know that Fadi will be the first one that will notice. Tell us a bit about how you started, why you started, and how it looks, the numbers for Anna right now.
Okay, so Anna is an approval chatbot, and it was built from the need of giving the manager easy access to a lot of approval interfaces. So we have at least 5 different systems with 5 different interfaces and 5 different logins in which our managers do approval. For example, they approve expense request contracts. In HR, they approve vacations, bonuses, they approve invoices, and so on. And all these are in various travel expenses and so on. And all these are in various applications throughout the company. What we considered Anna to be was an easy deployable universal interface that has 2 major advantages. And this is one of, I think, the baseline of this platform. It has convenience and accessibility. Why convenience? Why accessibility? So basically, you have one interface in which you can do all your tasks and which you can access from anywhere on the web. It can be either we have it in Teams, for example, or on a website, or if you want it, I think it can work in WhatsApp as well.
For sure.
So you can put a single interface that can connect to all your backend systems, and through which your personnel, your managers and so on, can do their tasks on the fly whenever they are around the world for all the systems in the company. And you can expose only this interface over the internet, and you don't need a computer, you don't need access to your internal network, you don't need to sit at a desk and so on in order to do the approval tasks. And this is how we started. We started internally. We didn't start with 150 people. We started with just a handful of top managers, and then we expanded to all the approvals in our organizations.
Good. Also, there's a very funny story, because at one point we wanted to do a debugging of the bot, and we asked them, is it okay if we do it at 6 p.m., because I know that is when work is done and people are not using. They said, no, do it in the middle of the day, because that is when all the managers are taking care of all their other tasks, because they do all the approvals from ANA on their way home, in the car or in the subway or wherever they are. They're all the time leaving the approvals at the end of the day. So this was a very interesting way of actually using ANA, and something totally different that we didn't necessarily expect. Dimitar, if whoever gets to know you knows how passionate you are about technology, and this was something that both Alex and myself found out when discussing with you from the beginning. I know that you actually came as a request of a demo on the website. So thank you, marketing, for doing a great job. And then the discussions went very quickly. You were very convinced of what you wanted to achieve with our technology. Tell us a bit about the story of Ruby and how she started as just an idea, and how it's looking right now.
So let me just tell you a bit about the hospital. We are at the other end of what Regina Maria is. I am the general manager of Hospital Zdrave 2. It's a small family-owned hospital. It was founded by my father and my mother 12 years ago. I myself am a doctor as well. So I've worked in general surgery. I've worked in the UK for some time. I have been the head of the COVID department during the pandemic, and during this period of time my father almost passed away, so I had to take over the business. And it was a rough time. I was a doctor and suddenly I had to be a manager, and I asked myself, okay, now I'm in charge and I have the experience of a frontline healthcare worker who has faced all the unpleasant stuff related to our job, and I wanted to change this for the patients, for the non-medical staff, and for my colleagues. So I asked myself, what should I do? What should I change? And around that time, ChatGPT came out, and I realized, okay, everything has changed. I was so enthusiastic about this technology that I Googled how to build a chatbot, and I managed to find out pretty extensive instructions in internet. The first version of Ruby was made by myself using a subscription platform and an engine by Google. So I had a minimum viable product. I tested the bot for around 6-7 months, and I was convinced the technology is working, but I'm not a technical guy. I was asking ChatGPT questions, I was Googling stuff, and I was wasting a lot of time building a solution that had reached its potential. So it was very easy to choose DRUID, because when I was looking for, I Googled, of course. You came first on Google with paid advertising, so congratulations for your marketing team.
Well done, marketing.
So yes, I contacted a few companies. Alex was the most persuasive guy from all the companies. He was Romanian, we are neighbors, so I decided to risk it, and I was very convinced that this technology, if done properly, can bring value. And we basically built the first version of the bot of Ruby. is properly done copy of the original bot, which was malfunctioning because of limitations by the original platform. That's why our journey was so fast, and we decided, and I know what I want to build.
Yes, because
I've done it already, and I have a blueprint of what's coming next.
Yeah, I think it was one of the easiest projects that we have done, because it's very easy when you have a customer that knows exactly how the project should look like. So it's always a pleasure to work with customers like this. Cosmin, this is yes.
On the other hand, I love the customer who they do not know what exactly they want, because it is nothing a pleasure to wake up a desire of a client for different use cases we have, and this is our job in general, to wake up a desire for not exactly for a special need, to discover some needs which the client could have, because here it's you can be very creative in this part.
Yeah, that is true. Cosmin, you talked about Anna and how she grew and she became a part of the team. Tell us a bit about when you took the next step of actually creating something for patients, because I know that that's the first, let's say, hesitation that usually customers have when they're discussing about automation. Do we expose it to the customers? Do we expose it to our patients? And where to start? How does it work? And
first of all, I don't recall being hesitant, so if you want to present it like that, it's okay.
Not you in general.
But it's
other
true,
people.
no, the organization. But it's true that we first test the product internally and then we expose them externally to our customer. Maria started from our desire to open another channel towards our customer besides call center. We are overloaded in call center, and we back then the online appointments weren't ready and weren't such a big thing, and the way we have done it was to have a form on our website that was completed and went through the email to the call center. They were picked up hours later. It wasn't a very let's say prompt service, and due to that we lost a lot of customers, and we decided to open a chatbot channel in order to capture this area, which we cannot say that is significant in Romania, but is another channel that can bring you additional customers. And we started, first we needed some kind of an IVR, and Maria started initially as an IVR. What is an IVR? It's press 1 to go to that type of agent, press 2 to go to an imagistic specialized agent, and so on. So it started very small as an IVR. And step by step, we tried to, first of all, speed up the interaction with the customer, and secondly, take the overload out of the agent. And the next step that we did with Maria was to basically identify automatically the customer in our system, or if not, enter the patient in our system so that when it went to the agent, the conversation can start directly with the need of the patient being identified. And step by step, we started automating then the entire booking system. Once we built the APIs for booking for online, Maria could also use them to do automatic bookings. We started creating online accounts through Maria, and so on and so forth. The last step being that we managed to expose Maria as an, let's say, offline agent for the periods when our call center doesn't work, in order to have, let's say, 24/7 service provided through this channel by the chatbot. Okay, it has a limitation. It cannot offer the entire range of information, or it cannot do all the specific tasks an agent can do, but it can provide a standard service whenever you want on this channel, linking Regina Maria by its customer at 3 a.m. or Sunday at, I don't know, 7 p.m. and so on.
And also, you saw in the demo that the girls have done that linked to Maria afterwards. We have done the symptom checker, which also it was a triage solution in order for the patients to be routed better to the right doctor. So how was it with that?
The advantages of this solution is that I don't consider it part of Maria, the symptom checker.
Okay.
You can build and deploy very fast different solutions for different needs. So we had the COVID chatbot that we had to rapidly deploy in the COVID time that did screening, the required screening and let's say documentation for the legal requirements back then in order to be able to come in the clinic and go out of the house. And we deployed very fast using this platform. Then we considered the need of having a symptom checker in order to provide like a free screening service for our customers. And not only we did that, but we integrated the Infermedica services that provide the API for the symptom checker with the follow-up of being allowed to book automatically an appointment to the right specialty by the provided by the information given by your symptom checker with the right type of doctor and with the patient identified. So basically booking an appointment for the right patient through the same interface. So a seamless interface that linked the API of the external symptom checker with the APIs of our patient identification and the APIs of automatic booking in Regina Maria. And all this done for seamlessly over the web for a patient that doesn't need to do, let's say, the know your customer with us or doesn't want to, let's say, commit with us in order to do their know your customer, establish an online account, download the application and so on.
Yeah. So I think this is the bottom line, the idea with what DRUID is actually doing, because it's offered this platform, because in essence, what we sell are not actually virtual assistants, but it's a platform that is integrated with all the systems and does this link between users, yeah, and all the technology, whether we talk about users, internal users, so employees, or the external facing users, which are the patients. Yes, if you have something.
I would like to mention also regarding the call center, in different projects, what we observe is that the people, agents from the call center, they prefer to use our platform in order to answer to the patient, because it's much easier to use just only one data entry for different questions than to navigate in 3 or 4 applications. You know very well that all the information system in the world, even in UK, in Romania, or in Sofia, or in US, everywhere, there are many information systems to give an answer to the patient. And instead to navigate, you ask the chatbot who is already integrated and answer with the right question, and then the agent answer to the patient. That is exactly another way. And in my opinion, the first step to see exactly how does it work is to use for internal agents, because agents will give a good feedback to you regarding how efficiently is the platform, even before to give to the patient on your website, for example, because that means you have to understand the agents not always knows exactly what is happened. You know very well that it happens to call a hospital saying that you are GICU, and then they ask you if you have a subscription or you have different others. This doesn't make sense. DRUID knows if you have or not. That is extremely important. Instead to use the agents to use DRUID as well for in the call center. I think it's
yes.
Yeah.
Dimitar, you're at the, let's say, beginning of the road. So Regina Maria started a long time ago, so they're much more advanced in the digital process. But Ruby is catching up really quickly. So she's already doing now, answering to frequently asked questions. She is able to book an appointment and give information about pricing and doctors, and also routing to a human agent in the call center. It's already very impressive because you have just went live, I think, in March. So what are the plans for the future? How do you see Ruby growing into a digital virtual assistant for your patients?
So, first of all, we are constantly monitoring the performance of the bot with your Bulgarian partner.
Yes.
And we are fine-tuning it. We are adding new content depending on the requests done by the patients. One very important step we are taking is to integrate the bot completely with the hospital information system, because for now the two systems are separate, and I knew that it is very important, but now I'm seeing it done already, and it makes me even more certain that this is the way to go. Because the hospital information system contains so much information about the patient with previous medical history, with so much details, and a returning customer can, a returning patient can start off a conversation very easily from where he left off with a lot of context. If he doesn't have to answer, if he's doing the symptom checker, he doesn't have to answer again and again the question, do you smoke, are you obese, have you had any operations? Because another thing we have to take into consideration, as you mentioned, when the symptom checker is too long, the patients don't want to fill it out.
Yes.
But as we know, many things are important, and the good thing about AI is that it can process tremendous amounts of information. It's not limited by boredom or by, the more we give it, the better the results are. So linking the hospital information systems to the bot is one of my top priorities till the end of the year. Another thing we want to do, it's already done, we are waiting just for approval, is to get the bot live on Viber. This is, in Romania you use WhatsApp, in Bulgaria Viber is the popular platform for mobile communication, so we want to make the bot very easy for patients to communicate with it. And one other thing we want to do, believe it or not, last week I asked a colleague of mine to record a conversation with a patient. I uploaded it to Whisper, and then I gave it to ChatGPT, asking it to do what your system does. Yours does it better, but I mean, your technology seems amazing, and this is something I was always thinking about, how can this be done, because I've worked as a doctor, and it's really unpleasant to type in information all the time into the computer. I mean, nowadays we are used to platforms being services being very easy to use. If you want to book an apartment, you just go on Booking and you book it. If you want to order food, you just pick something from your application and you do it. But if you want to use medical services, it's still, you have to call, you have to ask for information. It's the access is very outdated. The way to access the information is very outdated, and even for people on the inside. So this is one of the powers of DRUID, that it allows very easy communication, and a lot can be done with this technology. And also something new I saw today is the power of internal chatbots. So this is something else I'm adding to my list.
Alex,
yes.
so you've noted, yes?
We already have it.
Okay, so at Parol we are only at the beginning of the journey with Regina Maria, and discovered a lot of the way that the system is working, the health sector is working. But you two are looking ahead, because you are obliged to do this. You have to think about the next steps. You have to think how your business, how your interaction with patients will look in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years. And already you seem like businesses that has done a lot regarding digitalization for the benefit of the doctors, of the managers, and at the end of the day, for the clients, the patients. My question is like this: so there are two questions actually. The first one: what would be your recommendation for the sector, for the entire health sector? Because it's not just about competition, it's about how to grow the whole sector in order to become a bigger market. And the second question is on medium term. What do you think the health sector would look like from the digitalization point of view? What do you expect to change?
You're asking me or him?
Both of you.
Okay. So for the first question, we always considered working towards empowering the patient. So if you ask me, in order for this sector to advance and let's say become less cluttered and more open, you should give as much power as you can to the patient. That's why we were the first to launch the electronic health record available to our customer. We launched the online booking available for our doctors, and now it's the largest channel through which our patients interact to us. More than 47% of our bookings are done through online channel, and we are trying to basically expose all the services that we provide to our company to be initiated and finalized by the patients. Regarding the second question, I think we should strive to work together. So basically, in order to give continuity of care, the health provider should be able to interact with each other and, let's say, transfer the knowledge about the patient from each other on the premises of empowering the patient. So the patient should be able to create his own ecosystem of players in which he can choose for this service this player, for that service this player, and have an integrated experience by through the fact that through digitalization the player should pass the information from one to another. I know that even at, let's say, European level, there is an initiative regarding this. Unfortunately, all the digitalization initiatives are blocked by, let's say, a lot of bureaucracy and putting a lot of firewalls or walls in the interaction and try to centralize the interaction at what point and redistribute it. The future, if you ask me, would be a point-to-point interaction between the players.
So I can identify two main challenges which impede the growth and the development of the healthcare sector. Here we are healthcare managers, so I know everybody will relate to this. Staffing is a very big problem in healthcare, and optimizing available resources is a must. And these technologies can help speed up, make doctors see more patients per hour. They can make the whole system more efficient, because building resources and capacity in healthcare is pretty expensive. And I'm not talking about buildings and machines. I'm talking about doctors, nurses, and this is very difficult to create. So this is one of the biggest issues we face nowadays, and it's not only a regional issue on the Balkans, it's not an issue in Europe, it's a worldwide issue. And the other very big problem we face today is the speed at which medicine develops. It is mind-blowing what is happening nowadays. Just an example, the first genome sequencing happened in 2003, and it took 13 years to be done, and it costed like 2.7 billion USD. If you go now to a clinic, you can have your genome sequenced for between 500 and 1,500 USD. How are doctors going to process all this information? It's impossible to do it with the current technology. You cannot read a big book of genomics and know what every gene is doing. You need an interface that is able to interpret all this information and help you make sense of it, taking into consideration the various sources of information. And AI is this technology which can help the doctor see the whole picture and be up to date. Because if no doctor can provide the latest and the best in nowadays. In 2020, there was a very interesting study which provided the following numbers. Medical knowledge, medical publications are doubling every 73 days. And annually there are 1.9 million medical publications. This was in 2020. Imagine what it is in 2024 with doctors using ChatGPT to generate publications, etc. So these are the two main challenges, and I think a platform like DRUID can help address both of them using external services, in which they are already doing. And can you repeat the second question, please?
I think you answered both of them.
Okay.
Perfect. Just one last question, because we really want this discussion to be a very applied one. So if you are not on that seat, but you will be on this seat in the room, so you're still very interested about technology, but still haven't started yet, where would you start? Looking back now with all the experience that you've gathered.
I think he should answer first.
Because it's much more recent.
So start with computer-aided diagnostics in radiology. This is one of the oldest regions in medicine where AI has been applied, and there are very affordable solutions which outperform radiologists. They still need human oversight, but there are very good solutions for chest X-ray, for mammography solutions, for scans, for MRIs. And it's not very expensive, really. It's worth the cost, because if it helps you diagnose every 100 patients better, it will save a lot of money and a lot of lives. Let's talk about patients as well and patients' well-being. So this is the one. The second you can guess. This technology is very important. I think nobody can imagine a hospital without a website. And in 10, 15 years, nobody will be able to imagine a hospital without a chatbot.
No, I think now is impossible.
Yes, it started to. Cosmin?
I would say a thing that almost nobody considers, because everybody starts from the front and goes to the back. The baseline for any quality interaction with your customers is the quality of your data. And before you do any fancy application, you must make sure that you have the proper data, especially in the terms of your patients. So as long as in your ledger of patients or customers, you have a mess, you won't be able to provide the correct interaction with them. So I would say that the baseline of any digital, proper digital development is the quality of your data. And I would start from there.
Yeah,
and it's very easy to do that. I mean, first you have to gather, to make sure that your patients are uniquely identified, that you don't have, let's say, 3 types of patients for the same person and so on.
Thank you very much. If you have questions in the... Liv, you have the question.
I don't have a question, but I would like to say something which is important you to know. Which are the patients who are using more a chatbot on your website, a virtual assistant, than versus the others? And I will tell you, because everybody knows, this is not my statement. The most unliterate patients are using the chatbot, because the literate people, they know to use on online or in different others. Exactly the people which are not very literate, it's much easier to chat than to navigate or to answer to different questions to the agents. This is something which I know that not, I heard a little bit, my patients are not very literate. It's exactly what you have to provide to them. Because the people who are literate, they know to navigate, they prefer to, but even me, if I want to navigate in a website, it's much more difficult than to ask. you know very well that it's much easier for everybody, instead to read some instructions, is to ask. And this is a major part of the digitalization process. It's a self-service, asking questions, and fortunately to answer right answers. But of course, generative AI help a lot compared with how we started initially.
Yes.
Thank you, my friends.
Thank you very much. If you have questions.
And if you have questions,
they've explained perfectly.
the life is easy anyway.
Yeah. Also, I want to go over to Elena, that will give us just a couple of words of all the great projects that we've done in US. So, Elena, this is over to you.
Hello, Raluca. Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me join as well this today's session. As you are mentioning, we are a bunch of people that joined the US and we're staying for an extended period of time in order to put a finger on the conversational AI market here. And taking care right now, we're taking care of not only the healthcare implementations that we have, as well on the financial services side, customer support side, and so on. If we're just supposed to talk about the healthcare area, what we're seeing here is that some of the use cases that we already have implemented on Europe and where we started, for example, for the patient-facing one, we are seeing a lot of synergies with what is actually applied as well here on the US market. So even if we're talking about patient-facing use cases such as canceling an appointment, booking an appointment, appointment confirmation, rescheduling an appointment, the onboarding process as well, these are use cases that we're seeing nowadays here as well. Not only on chat, but as well on voice. For example, in Orlando, we have a dermatology clinic that has the virtual assistant implemented for 156 clinics on voice. And everything is done for the patient-facing use cases. And what we're seeing right there is, in terms of ROIs, increasing of the new patients onboarding as well of the new appointments confirmation. So here is a lot of synergy with the use case that we have in Romania for Regina Maria, where the same Maria is taking care of the appointment part for the chat version. Also in San Diego on the West Coast, we have Family Health Center of San Diego that has a virtual assistant not only for patient-facing and available on voice. As well, the virtual assistant is taking care of the customer support team and the call center team. And here I see a synergy between this clinic and as well the use case that we have implemented with Ares, where a virtual assistant is deployed for the call center agent and is acting like a CRM operation application. As well, for internal use cases, we're talking about right now of our well-known clients here, Texas Children's Hospital and Houston Methodist, that have already right now, I guess they are in the 4th year of using DRUID, and they are actively configuring their own virtual assistants. Right there is a full on-premise deployment, and they are deploying the virtual assistant for reporting processes or HR admin use cases. And one of our last implementation in the last couple of months is New York Presbyterian, where they will have a virtual assistant embedded for their employees and integrated directly with SharePoint. So actually the virtual assistant will take care of answering to all the frequently asked questions and all the information that is maybe found in different area of sources, either if we're talking about SharePoint or simple PDF or an intranet page. So the US market is, in terms of use cases, what I am seeing right now is that we have a lot of synergies with what was already started maybe like 4 years ago or 5 years ago in Romania, for example, on on the appointment part, or in Europe, if we're talking about, for example, Optegra for the preoperatory assessment. We are seeing the same use cases, we are seeing the synergies. We have, and we added in our solution library, even more use cases on this pattern in order to be much more easier applied further on. These clients nowadays are not seeing only the automation part in place, they are seeing as well ROIs and either revenue added by the appointment model or new patient onboarding. For the time being, thank you a lot for your time today. Have fun today for the next sessions, and hope to see you soon to talk even on more use cases, not only for the healthcare part, but as well on the other industries. Thank you a lot for your time.
Thank you, Elena.
Elena, she's our expert in healthcare, even she's just only 30 years old. And she's a technical person, but she, if observed, she's a salesperson as well, very efficiently. And she's my colleague in New York, and she is our expert in healthcare. Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank you very much. For if there are not other questions, you will find them in the lunch area, so where we can network a bit more. Livio, if you want to say just a couple of words in the end.
In the end, I think I can talk in Romania or to speak in English.
Both,
okay, but no, I will speak in okay. Thank you very much for your presence. I'm very happy. I hope we convince a little bit that it could be useful for your business, this digitalization process. And I promise to all of you that we are going to develop eventually some POC in order you to see exactly how useful could be and what kind of benefits you can get from this chat. I'm mad to convince in healthcare. It's a fantastic vertical. I'm feeling very well. As you know, I work a lot in before. And all the projects we have here in Romania are fantastic. And I don't know how to define from Sanador, La Monza, or Medlife, or Regina Maria, or so many others. And I would be so grateful if you will call us to do a POC or a demo first, and to do a brainstorming. What use case could be more useful for you? Thank you very much, and enjoy now a relax. Taking a lunch, you know? Yes?
Yes, yes.
That is the best part of the day for me, at least. Vă mulțumesc mult de tot.
Thank you very much.